Have you ever wondered which iPhone truly turned Apple from an experiment into a global smartphone giant? In 2008, Apple didn't just upgrade the original iPhone, it changed the entire mobile industry again. This was the launch of the iPhone 3G, a phone that made smartphones affordable, faster, and finally, practical for the masses. Today on ATM Communicate, we're diving deep into the story, features, and real impact of the iPhone 3G, the device that truly made iPhone mainstream. The iPhone 3G was officially released on July 11, 2008, just 1 year after the original iPhone. At first glance, it looked familiar, but Apple had quietly fixed many of the biggest complaints users had with the first iPhone. The most shocking change was the price. Apple dropped the starting price from $499 to just $199, making the iPhone accessible to millions more people around the world. This single decision alone reshaped the smartphone market forever. Design-wise, the iPhone 3G introduced a new curved plastic back instead of the flat aluminum body. While some people missed the premium metal feel, the new design made the phone lighter and more comfortable to hold. The phone weighed only 133 grams, slightly lighter than the first iPhone, and it felt smoother in the hand during long use. The front still featured the iconic 3.5-inch display that had already become Apple's signature. The display itself remained a 3.5-inch screen, but at the time, this size was considered perfect. It was large enough for web browsing, emails, and media consumption, yet small enough to fit comfortably in one hand. Touch responsiveness was excellent, and Apple's multi-touch technology continued to feel years ahead of competitors. Camera hardware stayed the same on paper, with a 2-megapixel main camera on the back. There was no video recording and no front camera yet, but Apple introduced something important: geotagging. This allowed photos to be tagged with location data, which felt revolutionary in 2008. For casual photography, the camera delivered decent results in good lighting and was perfectly acceptable for social sharing at the time. Performance was powered by a Samsung-based processor, paired with 128 megabytes of RAM. While those numbers sound tiny today, optimization was Apple's biggest strength. iOS ran smoothly, animations felt fluid, and everyday tasks like calling, messaging, browsing, and emailing worked reliably. The phone was offered in 8 GB and 16 GB storage options, which felt generous in an era when most phones had very limited internal storage. One of the biggest upgrades, and the reason behind the name iPhone 3G, was 3G networking support. This made internet browsing dramatically faster compared to the original iPhone's edge speeds. Web pages loaded quicker, emails synced faster, and online experiences finally felt usable on a mobile device. This upgrade alone made the iPhone far more practical as a daily device. But the true game changer came with software. The iPhone 3G launched alongside the App Store, a moment that completely transformed smartphones forever. Suddenly, users could download apps, games, productivity tools, and entertainment directly to their phone. Developers now had a platform, users had endless possibilities, and smartphones were no longer just for calls and messages. This was the birth of the modern app ecosystem we still rely on today. Battery life on the iPhone 3G came from a 1,150 milliamp hours battery. It wasn't massive, but Apple focused on efficiency. For typical usage at the time, calls, messages, light browsing, and music, it could easily last a full day. Charging was done via the familiar 30-pin connector, which became standard across Apple devices for years. So what made the iPhone 3G so important? It wasn't about raw specs, it was about accessibility, ecosystem, and vision. Apple made the iPhone affordable, faster, and smarter, while introducing the App Store, a move that permanently changed how phones are used. Many people consider the iPhone 3G the moment when smartphones truly became part of everyday life. Looking back today, the iPhone 3G may seem simple, but without it, there would be no modern iPhone as we know it. It laid the foundation for apps, mobile internet, and the smartphone economy. This is ATM Communicate, and this was episode 02 of the History of iPhone series. If you're enjoying this journey through Apple's evolution, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because episode 03 is where things start getting even more exciting.